Alright, we're switched. No, we're not. We just got audio live.
Okay.
Let me make sure the camera's not having a heart attack. Okay.
It's on?
Yeah, it's on now. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Doomsday Bunker.
Exactly. This is now my new co-host, apparently.
Dollar Store Reed.
Dollar Store Reed, exactly. Notice the hair color and everything.
Yes.
We don't know where Reed is, so Travis, a moderator and producer of the show now, has stepped in unknowingly. We were not expecting this.
That's fine.
We don't know where Reed is.
He'll show up eventually.
He'll be here.
Unless he's on the side of the road.
That's true.
Which he's probably not.
Right. Will he be able to call me? I do have 1 bar of 4G, but cool.
That'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be alright. Today we're talking about Mantis People. Mantis aliens. Have you seen them?
Have you experienced them?
Have they seen you?
They are right now.
The answer is always yes. Have you ever seen a praying mantis before in your entire life? Then the Mantis People have seen you. So what are the Mantis People? Well,
Bugs.
they're big.
Big
I'll tell you what. They're big. They're big boys. They are a non-hostile species. Would we call them species of extraterrestrial?
I would say.
Or possibly interdimensional?
Well, it gets messy
Who
because
knows?
you can call a gray and a reptilian a species, and they kind of operate in similar circles and methods. So I would say yes. You know, they're definitely from somewhere. They have to reproduce in some way.
Wowzers!
And Reed is here.
Reed is here. Welcome.
Wow.
We just started.
I am 10 minutes late and you already replaced me with another ginger.
Mm-hmm.
We've already made that joke. Yes.
God,
The Dollar Store.
you've already made the joke?
We've already made the joke.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, get up.
I
Yeah.
understand. Here you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Travis Shaw. Incredible 3 minutes of discussion. Never before seen.
Mantis.
It's a mantis. It's full screen too. I figured it out.
I didn't get to listen to the thing today.
You didn't listen?
I didn't get a chance to. No, I'm sorry. It's been an evening, man.
All right. We're about to do some wacky stuff then.
I've really been thinking, and obviously I wasn't. I would have brought headphones. I could have just done it. But
All right. So we're about to do some crazy shit. Never before seen. Would you like to grab that end of the table?
Jesus.
We're going to slide it this way.
Okay. That's my foot.
A little bit farther. Alright, that's probably good. Alright, Travis, bring your chair and set right here.
Okay. I'm blocking the mantis. Oh, it's gonna be tight. Hold on. Uno momento. We're doing this shit live, folks.
Never before seen the
third.
The third.
I'm the third wheel. Hello.
We got it.
Where?
Our top story tonight. Bugs.
Bugs. You got enough raid? Do you have enough? You'll never have enough raid.
No.
What do I do with my drink? There it is.
If you think DEET's bad for you, you're wrong. You need it.
Deets nuts.
DEET's.
Are we all in frame here?
Yeah. Well, I'm not.
Oh. Well,
That's-
as long as it's just
That's
you.
because I scooched backwards.
Alright.
Alright, now I'm in.
Alright.
You're good.
Okay.
As long as you hunch a little bit, you'll be even more. That's perfect.
I love
You
that
can,
terrible
we can bring
posture.
it this way some. I'll just be like
No, we're good.
in this shit.
We're good. We're good. Bet. Yeah, no, we're all in. We're fine.
Okay.
We're here. Wow, this looks crazy. This is a show. Holy shit. Okay.
All right.
Back to it.
Yes.
I guess we'll just start right back over at the beginning. Because I guess we're just gonna be telling Reed now.
Yep.
Exactly what happened.
Well, we can't. Is it? How long is the audio?
Like an hour.
Yep.
What the fuck? It's an hour?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Our source for today was a let's see. What is the guy's name?
Yes.
Yes. It's a man
Shit, I clicked the wrong
who
button.
What's your Wi-Fi?
directly experienced the I'll let you know.
Nobody knows where I live. It's Emiya Oni. I'll send it to you. Wait, I can send it to you. You can copy and paste it. No, you can't because you're not online. Law, Mao. I hate everything. Are you ever this dumb?
Yes.
Travis has got it.
I got
He'll
you.
put that shit in.
Thank you.
Okay.
You don't read? Why don't you
No!
Why don't you just
What the
use the
hell?
internet
What happened here?
before you use the internet?
Okay. Was I doing? Okay.
I don't know what you were doing, but it wasn't typing the password.
Yeah, it's like trying to tie your shoes upside down.
No, don't touch the... Okay.
Excuse me. Okay. Excuse us, folks. We're getting there.
This is the show.
This is what it's like.
I hate this, honestly. There we go.
This is called showbiz, baby.
This is my job.
It is literally your
I'm
job.
not even getting paid for this one.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
so
You never will because I'm demonetized.
Fuck.
you're just doing it for the love of the game, man.
At this point, yeah.
We love our fans so much. We're losing money on this.
Stuart Davis
Right.
is the individual that had the experience. From Stuart Davis Media. I should probably put the put the link to the video.
Yep. So Stuart, he had a over the course of years, direct experience with these Mantis entities, both like just indirectly through agents and directly by the entities themselves, along with pretty much everybody around him, as he was making a movie about the Mantis creatures.
Right.
And
Kind
they-
of.
Sort of. They
Kind
were
of about the Mantis.
a movie with the Mantis. Manti?
Mantinis.
The Mantums.
So to recap for Reed, who didn't do his homework, who would have thought? Because are we ever fully prepared?
Absolutely not.
Not once.
Why would we do that?
Mantis people are an alien species of praying mantises.
Oh, is that why they're called Mantis People?
Correct.
Okay.
You're onto it. You got it. So they're really big. They're like between 6 and 9 feet tall, praying mantis people. Mm-hmm. They're a bit smoother. They don't have antennae, but
Yes.
they're like they got like the head shape and stuff. Sometimes they'll appear in front of people individually, but also sometimes in packs.
Yep.
So they are potentially an organized species.
A union.
Yes.
Unionized praying mantises.
Union.
In specific, they love artists.
People who make stuff.
People who make stuff.
That's a type.
Yeah, so the non-maker, sorry, you're never gonna have a haunting experience of waking up at 3 a.m. and having a giant praying mantis hovering over your body in bed. Sorry, you're gonna miss out on that.
Damn,
Real unfortunate. They don't have a spoken language.
Just clicks and clacks.
No.
Oh.
They have I would say,
Signals.
supernatural ability to beam information directly into your existence.
Right. And it's not like telepathy where there's words being put into your brain. It's more of like they're giving you feelings and experiences, and you kind of pick it up from there.
Yeah, it's like just the information.
This is sexy as fuck.
It's raw, just
Uncut.
emotion. That's it.
In 4K on the hub.
Yep.
Mantis
In the
people.
brain.
Right. And the biggest thing is they don't abduct people. They go to the people.
Right.
There's
They never take you from your home.
They just invade your home.
Exactly.
They more
Which
invade
is
your mind.
substantially
That's almost
and
worse.
your body.
True.
Because
That
it's
is-
interacting with your feelings.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're weird. They're real weird. So they just creep into your home.
Click, click, click.
Frequently on New Year's Eve/day.
Yep. Holidays.
At the hour of 12, noon or midnight. And
Why is 12 their number?
didn't you know that praying mantises just love the number 12?
That's what I've always heard.
They're addicted to the number 12.
Right.
I believe that.
They're fiending for it. Name a time that you've seen a praying mantis. It's noon, sorry.
It's noon,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
noon.
Or
Or it's in the middle of the night and it's probably midnight and you're like, why are you out, bud?
Or it's
What are
like
you doing?
3 a.m. and they're hovering over my bed,
Right, yeah.
staring me in the face.
Right, beaming feelings into you that you didn't know that you
Multitude
needed to feel.
Do mantises have just 2 eyes?
Yes.
They have
Multitude
the
of
two,
Well, I mean,
two big bulbous eyes.
Yeah, they got the eyes that are like all the holes and shit, you know, bug eyes.
Yeah, I'm familiar with bug eyes.
Yeah, you know,
I've seen a couple.
Yeah.
why do they see like that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder if they see like that.
We could just do a bug show next week.
All about bugs.
Just
All
bugs.
about bugs.
This time it's just about bugs.
You know how many bugs live in this bunker?
It's gotta
I
be at
don't
least
know if
one.
I want to.
I've killed too many bugs down here.
Mm-hmm.
They're mad. No mantises were harmed in the occupation of this bunker.
Right.
Well, what I'm more worried about is this art?
Yes.
Well, then we're fucked.
Well, that's the thing. What if this has been a long con? Like, the research came to us. We looked into it, and it's just, we're adding into this snowball of information on the mantises.
Mm-hmm.
Since they're looking for artists, they're looking for people to put stuff into the collective unconscious,
Oh no. Wait, so these aren't just mantises, they are propagandists. They could be.
I would say no.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, so the mantises have bestowed their deep lore
Okay.
onto society.
Drop that lore.
So the Mantis people, they're not a harmful species. They are here for the betterment of humanity.
Right.
Apparently, they've been around forever, and they have contributed to our evolution, perhaps. They're very intelligent beings. They may have been the ones tinkering with our genes via no missing link. They want to see us succeed.
Interesting.
They're not invading to do harm. They are trying to better us as a species.
Out of
Bringing
the
us
goodness
up.
of their hearts.
What?
Out of the goodness of their hearts.
Exactly,
Or what's
yeah.
what's the end game?
That's a great question.
Yes.
Odds are they haven't told anybody in our species.
Right. There could be some ulterior motive.
I
Like-
suspect.
Like, we're the medium to help them in a way, because they have been known to work with like the tall grays.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yes.
Wait.
And in case you're wondering, unless you don't know the deep alien lore, the tall grays are separate alien species from the short grays, whereas the short grays are usually perceived as malicious and will take you from your home and conduct experiments on you. The tall grays are a similar species, or possibly android, sharing the same features, minus them being substantially taller,
Right.
whereas they are generally caring and helpful. Allegedly, the Mantis people are in opposition to the malicious alien species, in our direct opposition. So, maybe someday we'll see an all-out war between Mantis and lizard people in the skies, which would be insane.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you putting your money on in that situation?
That's a fantastic
That is a
question.
good question.
I don't know enough about either of them to place an educated bet.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see the Mantises have a win.
Oddly enough, what side would humanity take in that? Because is the government siding with the lizard people that are potentially controlling it, or would we side with the Mantis people that have been influencing us in a positive position?
Well, that's the thing. At least for America's perspective, there's a theory that Harry Truman, he signed sort of a contract, an agreement with, according to the deep lore of aliens and that sort of stuff, he signed a contract with the Greys to have almost like a research agreement. We get technology from them, and they get free range to use us,
Right.
to use the citizens of the United States.
Right, yeah.
Which is why we have cell phones and stuff and all that. Velcro.
Velcro, yeah, actually, dead ass Velcro is alien tech. Allegedly.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes. So I'm thinking it
Go
could
edit the
be,
Wikipedia
it could go
page.
by country, it could go by region.
Yeah. How do you lock in intergalactic species to international law, right? Please
That would be
only
the thing.
take people from our country.
Right. Well, I mean, you could do it in other places, but since, it's kind of like we found them. So it's like, hey, man, what are you doing? Why are you taking Jimmy from,
What are we
Nevada?
gonna? Well, I mean, what are we gonna do?
That's a good question.
Unironically, the Space Force has been ramping up activity.
Oh god.
They are preparing for something.
Mantis War.
TM.
Something.
What? Why? Why does it exist in the first place?
The Space Force?
Yes.
Because the president's an idiot. I think it is in this case.
That
That's
is
simple.
That is something. Could definitely be that.
Yeah.
It does seem likely. in this
But why
case.
are they preparing now?
Could be.
Mantis War?
I was gonna say it could be a preemptive, like we're just gearing up for it.
I don't think we're gonna go to
The
war with the
ships
Mantis.
are inbound.
Right. The Mantises are on our
They're,
side.
well, yeah, they're
Right.
bringing the war to us, so we're going to be conscripted into the Mantis War.
I'm very curious as to how many different intergalactic species are playing some role in the political infrastructure of our planet.
galaxy.
Right.
Like,
Well,
it's
there's so many. I mean, there's the tall grays who are generally positive. There's the reptilians, which are, depending on who you talk to, they're either neutral to bad. You have the Nordics, which are just, they look like Scandinavian supermodels for some reason, and they're neutral because they legit just want to bang us all.
I suppose if I ever have an alien encounter, that would be the least terrifying one.
Right.
the really horny, buff, blonde people.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd be okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But like it depends. Like apparently those ones are from like Venus and that sort of stuff, where the reptilians are either from another solar system to another dimension. It's all complicated, and it's a mess. Cool. So some of the description that people have had is, like you said, smooth, like just kind of, buggy outline.
Yeah, imagine
Often
that.
wearing large purple robes.
Oh shit, they're wearing clothes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope as fuck.
And it's purple, so they have taste.
That is fucking awesome. They're stylish.
Right. And not only are they're like their target audience, artists and creative types, but generally people who are going through some shit. Like, you're sick, you got deaths in the family, you are stressed out of your mind, and it's like almost that level of like your brain going through some stuff that makes you open to receiving something from the mantis creatures.
Right. The guy that initially reported this, the one who told his experiences through that video,
Stuart.
his connection was that he was sick as fuck.
You're so
bro.
sick,
With
dude.
what?
Yes.
Radicalness.
Oh.
I think it was infection, repetitive infections, like ear infections or something.
Yeah, he
So
was
that
constantly sick.
that would get to the point where he would have really high fevers. And he just, I don't know, he had this wacky idea. Like, I'm going to meditate when I'm sick as fuck.
Like fever.
Yeah.
Like 100 plus degree fever.
Like just shaking his ass off. I'm going to meditate for some reason. And that's when the Manti came to him the first time on New Year's. He was sick as fuck on New Year's, and he's like, what better way to bring in the New Year's than to meditate while ill?
Yep, Trivis. Just that's all he was doing.
Yeah, and the Manti came to him.
This is shit's fucked, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Here's some ibuprofen.
And then they basically followed him
For the rest of his life.
forever,
Yeah.
continually.
When was this man had this encounter?
2000. The documented experiences were between 2010 and 2018, I believe.
Interesting. I see the movie's not out yet.
No,
Still working on it.
right. Yes. So he had these experiences, and they beamed information into him for some reason. And then he got this incredible idea to make some Russian human trafficking film loosely connected to the Mantis aliens.
Excuse me?
I know, right? When you have an alien encounter, that's the first thing that comes to your mind is Russian human trafficking, right?
Okay.
But like, what else would come to your mind?
It's important to discuss these topics.
Exactly.
But like,
yeah.
why in connection with the Mantis?
Well, that's the thing. The Russian woman that the movie was about, that was being trafficked, was also contacted by the Mantises.
To save her from human traffickers?
No, just a vibe.
Just like put it was in there, like the information was being in her.
Just to teach you some quick zany facts.
Right.
About what?
I don't know. Who cares? Sorry, you're being human trafficked.
Yeah.
Here's some knowledge.
Here's some knots to tie if you get a chance.
Yep.
Here's how to do some cool paper airplanes.
Download Wikipedia into your brain hole.
Have you ever wanted to know a lot about the NFL? Now you do.
Imagine them in production of this film watching us now bring this specific topic to light of how just dumb that connection is.
If you are watching this right now, shoot me an email.
That's true. He can do a thing.
REDTSCHMITZ@gmail.com.
You're gonna
get
put
some
that out
shit
there.
posts.
Yeah.
You're gonna put that out there.
It's already publicly available information.
That's
Okay.
fair.
All right, Stuart, we love you. Thank you for doing what you're doing. If you're seeing this,
Stuart, I have so many questions.
and we're here to
You
answer
wouldn't
them.
have as many if you just did your homework.
That is true. Yep. Be a good noodle. Do your homework.
I had a lot of other homework this week.
Okay, bet.
All right.
I did.
Okay. Where the hell were we? Oh, okay. Yes. So he had the connection with the Manti aliens, and he's like, I'm gonna make a movie.
Mm-hmm.
They want me to make this movie, right?
Yeah.
So he starts rounding up his team to make the movie, and as he's getting people involved in this scenario, right? The people that are becoming involved start to have experiences with the Manti.
Yep.
So it's like, if you know kind of thing. Like, oh, you're in. Now you're going to get visited at 3 a.m. by giant bugs. Congratulations.
Right. Or regular ass mantises, praying mantises.
Right.
Oh, so they're involved too.
Yes. The way that it works is that the mantises that live on the planet now are some form of gift or devolved species of the Mantis people. They are directly related in some way,
Right.
and they can more or less control them as drones to send you messages, perhaps, to keep an eye on you. Like, literally, like, if you are seeing a praying mantis, it is related to an alien, and they may be potentially just trying to chat you up.
Right. No,
or inform you of something.
Yeah, there's no physical way to tell if a mantis is being piloted, but you just kind of have to pick it up from what it's doing.
Get in the mantis, Shinji.
Yeah.
Mantis. Get that goddamn mantis. That's like if we went to the Mantis people and gave them tiny people.
And the
Gave
people
them infants.
crawled around and ate their indigenous species violently
pretty
and
much,
bred in their homes.
Splattered all over their windshield.
Yeah.
Oh.
Little burst people.
Oh god. That's exactly what it would be like in the
Inverse
inverse.
documentaries about little tiny humans on a mantis planet somewhere.
If there isn't, we could make it.
Yeah, but a lot of his team, almost to a fault, they had at least one interaction with a praying mantis or a mantis entity, with some people being like, a woman lost their husband and, she was in a group of people just talking about her husband. Praying mantis shows up, hangs out, starts to climb her leg and
Literally.
just
there.
out of nowhere. There were writers who they would go outside and write, and the same praying mantis, and one of the really rare ones, they're really bright white with the red whatever's on the edges, they would hang out with them too, as an assistant, like a cat would sit next to you at your keyboard, almost guiding them.
Right. Interesting. And he would have just random encounters with praying mantises in his day-to-day life that seemed out of place. One of the examples he gave was he was going to the gym and was going to badge in, and there's just a praying mantis hanging out on the badge reader, just staring at him.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it there?
Make sure that dude gets cut.
So, they're everywhere. They're always watching. Have you seen a praying mantis lately?
Honestly, no.
Not in a few weeks.
I haven't.
I can remember the last time I saw one.
Really?
Yeah, it was on my roommate's car.
Huh.
Saw it twice.
I think the last time I saw one, it was trapped in the garage at the last house I was at. I got it outside.
So that was
You're welcome, praying mantis people. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
you the
visit
realest.
me at 3 a.m., please.
Please. Not without asking first.
No, I need a written letter in my mailbox with like 2 to 3 weeks notice.
It's like the landlord coming in, just, we'll be coming in 5 days to fuck your shit up.
Exactly that, but it's mantis people.
Yep.
Oh god, how horrifying. I don't think I would live through those 5 days.
Okay. A lot of the they're not exactly walking around either, like these mantis creatures. The little ones are, but they're often seen. They have vehicles. They have like the traditional orbs that just kind of float and do the weird acrobatics in the sky. With Stuart, one of his experiences was an orb sitting above his house, making this like hearing test, like chime, just constantly, like it would 1 space 1, like a bit of time, and then just keep doing that, like a signal, trying to get him to do something.
Right. So they'll pry into your mind and find something that has some kind of significance to you, and they will use that specific detail that you will respond to as a way to get your attention. Right. So like Stuart's hearing test thing was in result to his constant ear infections that always made him sick, that eventually turned him onto the Mantis people in the first place, because he would have to get constant hearing tests to make sure he wasn't going fucking deaf from all of the issues. They will pinpoint some weird, almost traumatic thing and
Comforting.
berate you with that until you willingly accept their invitation to conversation. Because on many of the cases where they would do that, they would literally go to his house, sit above his house in their craft, and go, oh yeah, it's time for your hearing test at 3 a.m. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, and
He'd be able to go to sleep and ignore it, and they wouldn't bother him. Right? Like, that's crazy. Imagine being so patient.
I mean, that's the thing. They probably don't perceive time quite like we do. But it's not like just in your head sound. This was heard by his wife, and I believe his kids as well. And they were like, they were real nonchalant. We were just like, I can't deal with this right now. I'm going to bed, and just earplugs.
Dad, please fix your goddamn aliens.
Please, God.
Your friends are weird, Dad.
Yeah.
Tell them to go eat some flies and lick their claws somewhere else. Please.
Go eat their husbands.
Oh
On
god.
the street somewhere.
Yeah. So they'll tap into you, and they'll exploit your emotional weaknesses.
In order to help us.
Yes.
Interesting.
Well, they do that because
Inside
they don't want it
jokes.
to just be like, you're just tripping balls. They want it to be like specific, like we are contacting you. We're bringing up this really terrible shit, so you know that we're contacting you, so that you get a clear picture of like, we're actually here and trying to talk to you, and like, will you please pick up the phone? So we want to tell you about your car's extended warranty or something.
Why not just call on the phone then?
That is true. I don't think they can
They have-
dial with their
Listen, if they,
things.
We never got the lore on if they had claws or hands, which is actually
Yeah.
the most upsetting part of
It's
this.
just like head, robes, that's it.
They're just robes.
Yeah.
they don't have limbs.
They have no bodies.
They
They're
just
actually just a floating head with robes on.
Maybe we've just like mentally constructed the rest of the body of the mantis.
I mean,
Maybe our brain filled in the gap.
That is true.
that's exclusively why they target, quote, artistic people, unquote, is because they don't want to have people that can't imagine what's under the robes.
So does everyone see a mantis the same way?
I don't think so.
question of, do we all perceive like anything the same way? Like,
Right.
is this orange to everybody else in society, or is this actually your blue? But it's orange to all of us because you perceive it that way, and that's just the label that's been associated with it the whole time.
It's purple.
I think you have a point there, because the people who actually saw the physical mantises out and about, they all had different colors. Like, they all had different patterns and all that stuff. So I think you might have a point there. Like, everything is different depending on how your brain is made up.
I got one.
Great job.
Thank you.
1 point to read.
One of the interesting things about the Manti, though, right? So they present themselves to you when you're going through something or you're really sick for some reason, but they will not communicate with you if you are under the influence of any kind of like substance per se.
Right.
Oh.
It makes it too difficult for them to communicate to you. So if you have a drinking problem,
You're cut off, pretty much.
yeah.
Unfortunately, no Mantis for you.
Did we lose our camera?
Yep.
Oh, or did they have the audio still?
Yeah, audio's fine.
Okay.
Camera's back online.
Perfect.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, he did say alcohol is the worst like inhibitor to mantis signals.
I could have told you that.
Right. So, and that could be like either like you're not emotionally available to receive mantis information, or it could be like a chemical thing, because you know alcohol is going into your brain and blocking certain signals.
Oh my
So-
god. Are you emotionally prepared to receive Mantis information?
More or less.
Yeah.
I
We
think
should
I
do
would
some-
want to be under the influence of something, though, to
Honestly.
have a giant fucking bug come
Yeah,
into my
you'd
room.
think if you were tripping balls, you would be significantly more receptive to the Mantis.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to, like, hurl my body out of a window into oncoming traffic to end the psychotic episode I'm probably going to suffer the rest of my life at that point of having a giant bug invade my home at night
And
to
your
In your
mind.
brain.
in my feelings to
Yeah.
tell me information that's probably going to be irrelevant to the rest of my existence.
Now that's a good question. Like, would you guys rather
Oh god.
be like have this experience with an alien at 12 p.m. or 12 a.m.?
PM. I don't want to wake up.
And then bug?
Fuck, I might have her actually asleep at 12 a.m. So a lot of some of these events happened like he would have his events, his recurring events at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Right. I wouldn't like that because three in the morning is generally when my peak anxiety happens for no reason.
It's
Like
the witching hour.
I already awaken for no reason and have a panic attack in the middle of the night. I got medication today though, so it's fine. I don't need giant bug people to make that any worse.
What if that is them trying to contact you and your brain is like just
Oh,
not
shit.
quite there? So
Oh,
it's like
shit.
so it's like the phone is ringing, you pick up, immediately hangs up.
Okay, so
There's just heavy breathing on the other
I let this
Just
information
chittering.
play.
Yeah, chittering.
I let this information play to me last night while I was working on some stuff, so that would be the most prepared for today. And
Oh, you prepared?
I was like, I really hope that I don't have some kind of anxiety episode tonight at 3 o'clock in the morning, because I'm going to not be able to sleep afterwards and have a real bad day at work. And you know what goddamn happened at 3 o'clock in the morning?
What happened, Pierce?
I'm awake for no reason and I'm having an anxiety attack. And I'm like, the fucking bugs are in my house, bro.
Yep.
So I'm just sitting there in bed staring out into the kitchen because there's a mini fridge that lights up my kitchen and I can kind of see out there. It's like the shittiest nightlight ever because it's fucking green and it makes everything worse, especially when you're looking for giant green people. And it made it really hard for me to go back to sleep. I don't even remember going back to sleep. I'm sure my body just gave up being worried at some point.
How do you know you slept?
How do you know if you didn't? How do you know if you woke up?
How do you know you weren't just directly downloading Mantis information and they just like put up some footage to placate you?
And they're still doing it right now.
Dude, this is the
They could
loading
be.
screen.
I really,
Good at the loading screen.
I really don't think the Mantis people are dumb enough to put this information into my head.
That is true.
Yeah.
Who's to say?
Yeah. So
Who's to say?
It is the long game. We don't understand. These are like creatures that perceive time so different. Like, they're mantises to us, but we're ants to them. We are like nothing.
What if there's an ant alien species that just took offense to you saying that, and now they're gonna come and fucking kill all of us?
I apologize to
kind
any
of
arthropoid that I might have offended.
some kind of alien ant farm, if you will.
Oh God, please stop!
My God,
The terrible.
Annie, are you okay?
I'm not.
So what makes this even worse for me is, relevantly, there was a time in my life where I would have reoccurring nightmares of giant mantis people abducting me from my childhood home.
Wait, really?
No, seriously.
Interesting.
Yeah, it happened frequently. They would take me from my bedroom and drag me through the living room of my parents, my childhood parents' households, which you know the vague layout of.
Yes, I'm familiar.
Right, and there is a very thin wall in between the secondary living room and the staircase to downstairs, because, you know, walls generally separate those things.
Yes.
They would tear a interdimensional portal in that very slit of the joiner wall and pull me into a different dimension to devour me.
Damn.
And that happened a lot.
You were gonna lead with this
multiple
story tonight.
nights in a row that would happen to
Gotta
me.
keep the people wanting.
And it's like, why? Praying mantises.
Right.
I don't even see them regularly in comparison to literally any other kind of bug.
Yeah, it'd be different if it was a ladybug.
Right, something that I
Stink bug.
see all the time.
Right.
Bumblebee.
Now, when you were doing research for this, did any of the descriptions of the mantises like kind of match up with what you're sawing?
Sawing?
Seeing.
I'm sawing.
Dreaming.
I mean, the fact that they were praying mantises.
Right. I meant, like, did you see any clothes? Did they have
didn't-
antenna?
they
Were they
didn't-
super smooth?
They didn't wear clothes. I don't particularly remember antenna on them. So, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think they had clothes though. They were too busy dragging me across the floor and into a portal and in a wall,
Right.
for me to really pay too much attention to that.
They were straight up like, yeah, we're kidnapping a child, but we don't need to put clothes on for that.
No.
No pig out.
We don't want to get the human blood on our purple ritualistic robes that we put on when people are having fever dreams.
I want to see the robes. I want to know how dope they look.
So just get really sick
No.
and meditate.
You were there for a bit.
in the
don't want
middle
to
of the
do that.
night and call the manti to you.
No.
Something that I will personally never do.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that on
Oh,
purpose.
you lost the camera.
What? No.
But now that we've talked about the mantis, we've done the research, we've been exposed to it, what are the chances that we're now going to start experiencing mantis-related somethings?
That's why I had such a hard time going back to sleep last night.
Right.
Is because of literally that. Because I was like, shit, now I know.
Yeah.
I'm in the know. I know they're out there. And now it's 3 a.m., their favorite time to play wacky
Little
pranks
pranks.
on me.
Right.
Like, what noises are they? What traumatic childhood noises are they going to play over my house at 3 a.m. where I am alone with my cats?
Ghost horses.
Ooh.
The whinnying of ghost horse.
Yeah.
The Godzilla franchise being canceled. Straight up. They say no more Godzilla movies.
What?
That's how you know
That's crazy.
the Mantis people are here.
The Mantis
Did it
people
actually
are-
happen?
No.
Okay, I was going to
Mantises
say,
made it happen.
but they're
They took over Japan and they said no more Godzilla.
they're a positive species, though, so why would they take away such joy of giant monsters? Unless
true.
they're trying to redo the image of the kaiju. And
Maybe
make
they
it
don't
positive.
Like, maybe they don't like monsters because they themselves are monsters. They want to like rebuild monster culture.
Damn.
Maybe they're gonna bring monster fucking into the mainstream at last.
They're really mad that Chemikirus always dies really fast.
That is sad. Wait, straight up. I would watch a kaiju movie with the Mantis people.
Yeah.
To show them with Kamakiras. I think they'd be pretty into that.
They like
I think they'd be pretty
Chemikirus
chill.
is like their kaiju.
Yeah,
They
they're
were
like, this
great.
dude's fucking awesome. Look at this guy.
This is our man.
this is dope.
And then Godzilla throws him into a fucking electrical pole or something.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
There's not many appearances, so they're gonna have to make more. You know
It's-
what? I
right.
think they'd be down for monster movies.
Yeah, it's a whole Mantis people, you know, you just come together. Well, that's the question though. Would it be one giant mantis or would there be a mantis mech? Or both? Because there'd be like a mecha mantis and then a regular mantis.
It's one of those mantises where they are a bunch of small mantises and then they climb on top of each other and fuse into a big mantis.
Okay.
That's exactly.
They
what I was
totally
gonna say.
haven't done that before with the bug creature destroyer.
I've never seen a creature designed that way.
Never.
Ever.
Never.
This is totally new to me.
Literally ever.
No,
Like,
never.
somebody write this down.
Pierce, you just blew my fucking mind with this.
I
You
know.
should write a book.
I can't read.
I don't need to
all the
read
time.
to write.
That's true.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
As long as I can perceive it.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's gonna be an audiobook.
You could draw little pictures, make a comic book.
I can't draw.
Oh shit! Wow, we're fucked.
Yeah.
I am literally talentless.
What is an audiobook that you didn't write, if not a podcast?
Audio medium is still art.
I think
It is.
I think that an audiobook has a script via the book and
Well, yeah, but if you can't write, so it's got to be an audiobook. You're just going off the dome. It's a podcast.
That is a podcast.
You just invented a podcast.
I don't think I invented podcasts. That was the problem.
You've created a
You-
podcast.
You
How about that?
reinvented the podcast right here.
Another one.
Kind of like how Elon Musk invents like buses every other week.
He does.
Yeah, he's like, I invented this shuttle, and you can get like 20 people on it, and it will take you wherever you need to go. It's incredible and innovative. And then all the replies to the tweet are like, that is a bus, my guy. That is literally a bus. You have made a school bus.
But like all of its features are smooth and it's got the big T on it.
Oh yeah, and it catches fire after like 3 minutes on the road. So
That's a feature.
And it
it kills all the children inside.
in the power source.
Population control.
The power source is exclusively constructed by African slave children in a mine.
We should do an Elon Musk conspiracy episode. The thing is, we could probably get him as a guest.
Oh.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
No.
But he's so petty, you know. If you say anything slightly off center about him,
I don't
he's got
have-
to jump in and defend himself.
I don't have enough followers to get his attention.
We're not a Joe Rogan. It's probably a good thing though.
But that's what he's petty. He does. His ego is so fragile. It's a bunch of us yahoos.
So
The
all your
Godzilla poster behind us.
all
We're
your-
like, dude sucks.
are you telling me that I can get Elon Musk's attention if I become short, fat, and bald?
Yeah.
That's
And you give him a joint? Yeah.
Oh,
You give him a joint.
Honestly,
I'm
that's all you
gonna-
gotta do.
I'm gonna start working on becoming short, fat, and bald.
Yeah, okay.
Next episode, bet.
Yeah.
If
I mean,
if you become Joe Rogan for this, I'm sorry, we can't be friends anymore. I cannot be friends with Joe Rogan.
See, there's a fatal flaw that I really can't force myself to become any shorter than I already am.
well, there are
tall is Joe
surgeries to
Rogan?
make
He's
your
like
taller.
5'4", right?
You just have to cut your femur in half, or like you know, like
5'8". He's 5'8". How tall are you, Pierce?
5'11". We're still gonna have to take some inches off.
Yeah, how about this?
All right, we got time.
The granddad from King of the Hill. You know, get rid of
Cotton.
your calf.
Uh-huh.
Get rid of that. Feet directly to knees.
Feet to my knees.
Yeah.
Like a little penguin
Yeah.
waddling around.
Mm-hmm. Like you are like that, but you're short.
That sounds terrible.
Oh, it is.
I think
It is literally the worst.
I think I might actually just pass on that one. Unfortunately.
One day.
Thought you wanted to be famous,
Yeah.
Pierce.
People have asked to take pictures with me in the past. Am I already there?
Kind of. You do have your own show.
I do.
You have a pretty good subscriber count.
Right.
That's true.
And those people IRL have asked, come up to me and ask to take photos with me. So like, I think I'm there.
I think you're good, dude.
I think I'm.
Have you ever
know
signed an autograph?
No,
God
but
damn
there
it.
are pictures of me on like -4 hours of sleep at G-Fest,
Ooh.
where I am.
Oh,
I am
you went directly to your
so
people.
fucking tired, and there are pictures of me with fans that their parents have taken, and I am fucking out of my mind because I'm falling asleep because I had just stayed up all night because I can't sleep, and I had just driven 6 hours to Chicago, and now we're at a convention all day.
And you wander through amongst your people like a god amongst men.
Honestly.
Approach you, may we take a photo, sir?
Is that Symbiotic Legion?
Unfortunately,
That is the Symbiotic Legion.
Pierce B. Brown?
God, what an experience.
Pierce B. Brown, say one of your catchphrases.
Fuck!
Shit! This figure's ass, bro.
Oh,
man.
shit, you just made my whole life.
Who's going to G-Fest this year?
Probably not me.
God damn it, why not?
It hasn't already happened this year. Is it in the summer?
Next year, no.
No.
I mean,
I don't know. I got no plans.
I bet you fucking won't.
I probably won't. But do I want to? Yeah.
Just go. We'll just go. How about that?
Where? What? Could you describe G-Fest? What is it?
It's a Godzilla fest.
I figured that, but like, what's there? What is there to do?
More exclusively, it's like just a giant monster convention.
So it does have Gamera.
Yeah,
And
in anything that falls under that category. They bring people important to tokusatsu culture in general, so they'll have like actors, directors, producers, people like that to meet. They'll have panels of people in like the community that like discuss specific topics. One of them that we went to the last time we went to G-Fest was like women in tokusatsu and just like the inside information into that. And then they have like gaming tournaments and costume contests and shit, and then there's like a big like the main draw is kind of like the dealer's room where they have just like a bunch of vendors from wherever that you can just buy whatever the fuck you can imagine that's like giant monster related. Okay. It's kind of just like hanging out. A big hangout with wacky people. And it's in a really fancy hotel with a bar, and you can get trashed.
Nice.
That's like.
Do they show movies at G-Fest?
They sure do. They show movies at G-Fest. They show fan films at G-Fest, and they also rent out a local theater to play kaiju movies every night.
On a loop?
Not on a loop. They have like 3 or 4 that they play.
So it's like just a weekend of just straight up kaiju.
Yeah,
stuff.
it's Friday through Sunday.
Okay.
Technically, like Thursday through Sunday, because they have like pre-event stuff that happens if you get there Thursday night.
You know, every weekend can be a kaiju weekend if you try hard enough.
That's true.
It's an interesting time. Obviously, haven't been since pre-pandemic, so
it's been a while.
Yeah,
it's been goddamn near 4 years then.
Yeah, I've been out of the scene for a minute, so
I hear.
Yeah,
but I hear you started up your show, your conspiracy theory show again on your channel.
Really?
Is that true?
I don't think so. That's allegations.
No. It's allegations? You haven't beat the podcast allegations yet?
I think that's hearsay.
It is. Yeah.
That's a pun.
There's no proof.
Because you hear a podcast.
You know, and honestly, it's like I don't even think I want to return to the community because like the shit that happened while I was gone is wacky. Like,
that's the thing. You step out of these little nerd groups and everything explodes.
And all of a sudden, everybody's a pedophile? Question mark?
Yeah,
quite literally.
Literally, they're all abusers and pedophiles.
Right? Yeah,
it's crazy.
No, that was fucking.
That's the thing about nerds. You gotta watch out for
it. Was
like a solid 50% of them.
It was like a plot hole I fell into on Wednesday, where I was like, "What is happening?" Because like one of like the old guard of like the Godzilla YouTube community was like is literally just a pedophile, and this is a person that I've talked. This is a person that I've actually talked to in the past on multiple events.
In the flesh.
Yeah.
Jesus.
In the flesh and like online like calls and stuff. It's crazy. It's just like, how did this happen? And it's weird. It's even worse too because usually people that are like that use the fandom they're in to manipulate younger fans to fulfill whatever desires they have. They didn't even do that. They were literally just a pedophile outside of the community.
That was his hobby.
So he was
just our Godzilla and pedophilia.
So he was a high school art teacher.
Oh shit! No.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
Wait. Do you think he saw the Mantis?
No.
Maybe they got him. How do we know?
I don't.
Is he alive?
I don't know what happened.
Is he on this earth?
I have no idea. Literally, I have no idea. Everything, all trace of his existence has been just like erased.
I hope the Mantises ate his
Probably
fucking head.
for the best.
He self-deleted all of his platform identities before the information became public, so it made it like even more kind of like,
Early admission of guilt.
You're like, oh yeah, it's definitely you then, because you nuked all of your platform identity.
Mantises, if you're listening, find that guy, eat his goddamn head.
That's crazy.
Please.
Bet you fucking won't.
Bet you fucking won't.
Listen, you're meant to be good, but like sometimes just
No, that's a good.
yeah.
Literally eating the head of a
Honestly,
pedophile.
no, like
good.
it doesn't.
Oh, you're
it
right,
doesn't.
sorry.
Yeah, no, there's no.
I was thinking like the murder part, but like,
there's no harm in
no.
that.
No,
it
you're
doesn't
right.
matter. It's a
You're right.
pedophile.
You're right.
There's no harm in that.
For the greater good,
Yeah.
eat that man's head,
Bet you fucking won't.
please.
What are you, a coward?
Yeah. Upload proof.
Upload proof.
Yep.
We want pics.
Pics or oh my
Save
god,
it.
a live leaks of just a mantis just.
Or like send us a recording of his dying screams.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Bet you won't.
Bet you fucking won't.
Is this shit illegal?
What?
Saying like, I hope an alien eats your face off.
No, because it can be perceived as satire, which it totally is.
It is. You're right.
Satire. Legally,
Yes.
this is
Legally.
satire.
Wink.
Do not come at us.
Yeah. No. I mean, I don't think that United States law
Applies
applies
mantises.
to aliens from potentially different planets or dimensions. I mean, what are they gonna do? Fucking put them in the county jail?
This. Yeah,
There's a point.
didn't we, the last time we did this, didn't we have a discussion about the law for some reason, whether or not it was illegal to say something? And did we just keep circling back to this exact topic every time?
What is legal?
What is legal? What is the law?
What is legal? We need
We're pivoting to a
we
law
need a fourth
podcast.
member to sit in front of everybody that's actually just a fucking lawyer.
Does anyone know any lawyers?
Yes.
Real ones, not like Ace
Yes.
Attorney.
Oh,
yes.
Shit.
No.
Yeah.
Get him in. Let's do it.
I don't think he's gonna come
Why?
because
I'm scared.
I don't
Bet
think
you fucking won't.
I don't think this is his interest.
No. It's not a scene.
I could. One of my new work benefits is I have access to a legal firm 24/7.
Call him.
Maybe I could just get him on the line.
Honestly, just like
Just get him
give him
on
a
the
ring.
line.
you know what we do? It's not like a letter to the editor. It's a letter to the lawyer. Just be like, last stream we talked about this. The lawyer said, don't.
Don't do it.
I pay $7 bi-weekly for this service. I might as well use
you're
it for
using
some
it.
nonsensical reason.
It's like you're paying for the gym. You might as well go.
right,
So-
exactly. Yeah.
What are we gonna do? Not use the lawyer
They're
we
gonna,
have on
they're
staff?
gonna
Yeah.
fucking block my number because I ask them questions about the legality of alien murder every other week. Like, please stop calling.
Are you do you know anything about intergalactic law?
Wait.
I know you do like trusts and wills and stuff, but like what's the law like on Venus?
Wait, I bet we could get someone for like the Space Force, some Space Force lawyer.
A
Because
Space Force
intergalactic-
lawyer?
Intergalactic law might actually be a thing
Do
now
you
that
think-
we have to worry about.
Do you
Who
think that
knows?
Space Force medics have to know how to repair alien
Yes.
wounds?
Yeah, they do.
That is a good. Actually, there is space law.
Yeah.
I just remembered. Yeah, because it falls in the same
new- the
jurisdiction as
neutrality
like Antarctica.
I did.
So whoever pays the most money for it gets it?
Well, no, it's like anything in space you can't own
can't
the
own
moon, but you can
Bet.
own a station or like a building on the moon.
What if you build on every square inch of the moon?
Then you own that shit.
Right.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, if we have
gotta
a
do it
colony up
quick.
there and we just put a dome over a crater, that whole crater, that's us.
Right.
Just do it before anyone sees. You gotta be fast
It
if
is-
you're gonna build.
I mean,
it.
I'm now checking up on the moon every other night, so if somebody builds the whole goddamn moon, covers every square inch of it in concrete, I'll never know.
Yeah.
I think we need to call a lawyer to see if that's feasible.
I think you
Can
need
we
an
hire? Can we hire a firm to lay concrete on the moon overnight?
Oh, like concrete.
The entire moon.
That's a lot of concrete.
That's a lot of concrete, and it's probably a lot of workers. I think we are going to really stimulate the economy with this plan to steal the moon.
Which economy?
Well, our moon
Construction.
economy.
The moon
and
economy.
the United States economy.
This moon stonks go up.
Yes.
Moon stocks go up.
To the moon, we're going. The moon is going to the
We
moon.
are the moon.
Yes.
Hashtag at the moon.
At the moon.
Yeah, then we gotta like transport all these fuckers. Probably their families or something.
Right.
About
But the
to
good
launch
thing
the
is
moon
you can
colony.
make the concrete on the moon.
That's true. We could make the concrete on the moon and probably save ourselves a pretty penny.
Does
Yeah.
moon dust have concreting capability?
I'm sorry, what? Moon desk?
Moon dust.
Oh, moon dust, yes.
Moon dust.
Yeah, Regolith.
What the fuck? Why do you know that?
Because I know,
Have
I
you been
know,
planning this?
I know a lot about. I know a little.
Are
bit
you
about,
an alien? Fuck!
No, I know a little bit about a lot of things. How about that?
That is the tragedy of mankind, huh?
Yep. Master of none.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh shit, there's a space law Wikipedia page.
No
Please.
fucking way.
And it's not loading because, oh, there it is. Cool.
Space law.
I can't.
Lawyers in space.
Space.
That's
Law.
the saddest sentence I've ever heard.
Lawyers in space.
The body the body of governing space related activities. Space law.
Space law.
Space law. UNOOSA. Anusa.
Unos. Unos.
Anus.
Anus.
Anus law.
Yeah.
United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs. Anus.
Common heritage of mankind.
While we're looking into space law, I did drop a link into the live chat. We have a Discord server now. So if you guys want to submit stream ideas, talk with us, and I guess from here out, if you experience Mantis stuff or have experienced Mantis stuff in the past, feel free to put your stories in there. Join up.
Yes, all four of you, including me,
Please.
Travis, the paleontologist, and Shelby.
Yes.
Join the Discord.
It's
Shelby says she wants a new TV show that's just Jag in space.
Space Jags.
Second is Space Jag.
Hold on, let me
Space Jag.
remember what the fuck Jag is even
It's
about.
lawyers at sea.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah. So if you do it in space, it's lawyers in space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd fucking watch that.
Yeah.
I'd watch the shit out of that.
Honestly.
Imagine Better Call Saul, but it's like set
Space.
on Mars.
I didn't watch
I'd watch the
Better
fuck
Call
out of
Saul.
that.
I'd watch
The last dedicated lawyer show that I watched was Daredevil.
Hey, he's back. You know.
He is. He beat the shit out of people in blue light instead of red light for once.
Ooh, blue light, so you
Ooh.
can see everything. Wait,
No,
nudge,
you can
nudge.
see less.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, I know.
That's not much fun.
No.
I hear you got to do a walk of shame.
Yes.
That's pretty funny.
Finally, literally the entire time we've been watching the show that's relevant and streaming right now that I've been waiting for Daredevil. Every single night on and I've been like, when is Charlie Cox going to come and beat somebody in the head with the fucking nightstick? And he finally did and saved the show. Incredible.
So now you're done with it.
Yeah.
That was the
They
series
can't they can't do anything better.
That was his release. It's
Lit-
just, oh, I'm done.
Like,
All right.
like finally, a blind man comes and assaults people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm satisfied.
I'm done.
That is the central appeal of Daredevil, isn't it?
Yeah,
Here's a blind dude.
Yeah.
Bet you wouldn't expect him to beat the shit out of someone.
He
Yeah.
totally does.
Plot twist.
Yeah, I know. They kind of like ruined the whole thing where he was gonna like beat dudes, but like they
Can't do it anymore.
they took that away from him because somebody had to like burst through a wall and be like, "Oh, I'm big, strong," and it's like, no, I want to see the blind man hit somebody in the head with a metal pipe.
No, it's not Big Strong's fault. It's Big Disney's fault. Disney says you can't do crazy Daredevil.
Why does the D in the Disney logo look more like a G than a D?
Because
always
that's how
thought
Walt
that.
Disney
It's
wrote-
Disney.
It's Gizmo.
It's literally Disney.
Take it up with Walt. That's how he wrote his fucking name.
Right. Call his
We're gonna
ass
dig him
right
up.
now.
We're gonna unfreeze him. And
Where's my phone?
honestly,
Okay, Google, call Walt Disney. It didn't do
Hey,
it.
did I ever tell you about the time as a kid I googled the DreamWorks phone number and then I called them and I got through and I said I'd like to talk to Mr. Spielberg, please, and they said okay, please hold. No hesitation. And I was just on hold waiting to talk to Steven Spielberg and I've never hung up.
You remember that one time there's a Steven Spielberg
Spearball.
Put some
Spielberg.
respect on his fucking
You
name.
remember? I can't literally describing this. You remember that one time there's a Steven Spielberg Easter egg in
And
Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah?
Yeah! Tell that to your son.
Agent Spielberg. Lamau. God.
Wait, I don't. Thank you for reminding me because I've always wanted to look up. Did his father serve in World War II? Because I'm pretty sure he did not serve in World War II.
It was
Spielberg?
an alternate timeline.
Spielberg definitely didn't. He wasn't alive.
Oh no, I meant like Spielberg's dad.
Yeah. Senior Spielberg.
Senor.
Senor.
Papa Spielberg.
Arnold Spielberg, his father, has his own Wikipedia page.
Bet.
Oh shit.
Was he?
He is an American electrical engineer, instrumental to contributions in real-time data acquisition and recording that significantly contributed to the definition of modern feedback and control processes. Does that mean anything to you two?
No.
Yeah, me
Did he,
neither.
was he on
Okay.
a boat in the South Pacific in World War II?
It does not look like it.
God damn it, Toho! You fucking lied to me!
You fucked up!
You know
You
what?
would have never lied to me!
Fucking giant robots, giant lizards. We can get behind that. You fuck with the Spielbergs.
Hey,
Lying about the Spielberg lineage.
next you're gonna tell me that the fucking monkey isn't real either.
Which monkey?
Any of them.
Yes.
Kong?
No, he's not real.
Mm.
I'm gonna walk into
Coco's
traffic.
real.
What?
Coco's
dead, Travis.
She was real though.
Coco's dead.
And
in
real.
hell with Harambe. Son of a bitch.
I'm sorry. Didn't know it was that
And that-
traumatic
and that-
for you.
And that chimp from Nope. They're all in hell together in the boiler room playing jacks.
That's crazy.
Bastards.
What a wacky table that is.
Remember that monkey in Nope?
I
Never
do.
watched it.
You should watch
The
it.
monkey that's kind of irrelevant to the whole
The
movie.
monkey's extremely relevant to the movie. The monkey's like the crux of the movie.
He's not.
He is.
Two
How they treat the
paleo.
monkey is how they treat the alien.
Yeah, two paleontologists ask: is that Spielberg reference only in the Ghidorah dub or in both versions?
I think it's in both, isn't it?
I actually don't know because the only copy of the movie that I have is doesn't have the Japanese
No, that sucks.
playback on it for some reason, and it's in 4:3, which is like the worst experience ever. I don't fucking know. Ask DVD companies in the early 2000s, and the Blu-ray copy of that exact set is literally unobtainable.
Really?
People say that Godzilla vs. Biollante and Godzilla 84 are unobtainable. Fucking find Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah on Blu-ray. Bet you fucking won't.
I can't find any of the Heisei shit except for like Battle for Earth. That one for some reason I see everywhere. I don't know why.
Because it's the worst movie and nobody fucking wants it.
You know, I might actually have Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah on this very laptop. Let's see. Maybe we can confirm this.
We probably could.
I do not have it. Goddamn.
Shit. Is
I
that
do
one-
have Frankenstein Conquers the World.
Is it one of the ones they added to Hulu recently?
Oh, it
they
might
got-
be, because that was all the
Ooh.
Heisei. Or no, was that Millennium or Heisei? They had?
It's mixed. It's like 8 films between Heisei and Millennium, so you get like half Heisei, half Millennium.
Oh, but I do know those were only the English dubs.
Wait,
Are you fucking serious?
Aren't most of the movies on HBO Max right now?
Those are the show at once.
Okay, gotcha. So Hulu's getting the other side.
Yeah.
Like half of the other side. They put 8 films total of like 30 years of content.
Maybe it's like they're starting with that, see how it goes, and then get more in.
It's just for Hottober.
Oh fuck, God.
Yeah,
It's
that's why
literally
Criterion Channel just got a bunch of Ishiro Honda movies.
they put
Don't you refer to GMK as mismatched bullshit?
I can
It's a
refer to
perfect
GMK
film.
being tossed into that stuff as mixed match bullshit, but you are absolutely correct that there is literally no flaws in GMK.
There's nothing
and it
wrong
is a
with that
perfect
movie.
film.
It is literally the greatest movie ever made.
Next
To Thor: The Dark World.
No, camera.
God damn it!
Now for
The truth was too hot for the camera. to
for the
handle.
viewers that don't know, what is GMK?
Oh,
It's Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters,
Monsters
All-Out Attack
Okay.
from the year 2001,
That
the
one.
3rd film in the Millennium series.
Okay, is that the one where he fights literally everyone?
No,
Or is that
that's
Final
Final
Wars?
Wars.
Okay.
Yeah, no, GMK, he fights
Mothra and King
Mothra,
Ghidorah.
King Ghidorah, and Baragon, who is excluded from the title for some reason. I don't know. He's not as attractive, I guess.
he's pretty sexy. If you ask me.
I literally, like, unironically bring this movie up in everyday conversation with Anna, because anytime that somebody has no pupils in their eyes, I'm like, they must be the undead spirits of World War II Japanese soldiers, because that's the
Killer reference.
That's like
fucking dope, dude.
the dumb. It's like the dumb
his ass.
lore of GMK, where Godzilla isn't just like a fucking radioactive lizard. He's the undead spirits of dead Japanese World War II spirits manifested in a giant lizard coming back to murder people to get revenge so they don't forget about them. I shit you not, that's the lore.
You just threw a lot of shit at
And
me.
the other thing is, it's metal as fuck.
It's insane. Honestly, it's kind of like the most Godzilla I really feel.
Have you seriously not seen that? I thought you saw that with us when I was playing it.
They showed it at the Celebration Cinema in Mount Pleasy.
Cole notably fell asleep.
Cole was there.
I don't know if I went with you guys to that one.
Son of a bitch.
I remember like
We have to go back.
I remember Final
Let's
Wars.
just go upstairs and watch it right now.
Yeah, I remember Final Wars. I remember a lot of the movies from your old apartment. I don't remember that one.
We didn't watch GMK there, but GMK is quite literally one of the best films ever made, honestly.
So it's
soundtrack, fire. Suit design, fire. Plot, fire.
Behind the scenes footage of the woman in the
The girl in the Baragon suit yelling, fire.
Okay, so the schedule is you're gonna watch Fate, we're gonna watch Fate, and then we're gonna watch GMK.
Yeah.
Chat,
Why
please.
can't we just watch GMK the whole time?
We could
we have
just-
a schedule.
It's only 9 o'clock. We could watch GMK tonight.
Good. Fuck y'all. We're watching GMK.
The show is over. Realistically.
Hold up. Two paleontologists, and that King Ghidorah is actually Yamada no Orochi for the shits and giggles.
That's true, yeah. For no fucking reason at all, King Ghidorah is the 8-head dragon Orochi. But
why?
has been asleep for fucking died and isn't been napping long enough and hasn't grown 8 heads, so he only grew 3 back because he hasn't been napping fucking long enough.
Gotta nap longer if you want more heads.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah.
That regen just didn't hit yet.
It quite literally makes no fucking sense. And Ghidorah is actually just a Varan stand-in, which is why the Ghidorah is designed to look like Varan, not Ghidorah. Because the original concept of the movie was Godzilla versus Baragon, Varan, and Anguirus. But they're like, that won't sell tickets! We have to put King Ghidorah and Mothra in! And it's like, I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean, at least one of those I care about. I'll
Mothra?
let you figure out which one that is.
It's
Mothra.
It's Mothra, for sure.
You know,
I love Mothra
I love
so
Mothra.
much.
Yep.
Mothra's cool. Mothra's got a private island. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
2 things you love: praying mantises, giant moths.
Yeah?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Easy.
A moth that's only looked like a moth like twice.
Yep.
Ever. I actually do really like the GMK incarnation of Mothra.
There it is.
Exclusively because it actually looks like a fucking moth and isn't intolerable.
God, that was like
What
pulling
about,
teeth.
what about the one in that movie? That one looks like a moth.
Yeah, that's
That is
the
true.
second one. She's not in it long enough for me to find her intolerable.
Yeah.
I'm really glad you gave her a chance.
She was like, "Hey, I exist."
They
Gone.
didn't put some really annoying lore around Mothra in that movie. It was literally like, yeah, it's a big fucking bug, bro,
You're
and
gonna
now
t-
it's hatching.
What's the annoying lore in like Mothra versus Godzilla? It's a big fucking egg.
Is it the
There's
kids?
an egg.
Like the
The fairies
Yeah.
the fairies are kind of shit.
The fairies rule.
No.
Tell me these fairies,
They're
they
kinda shit.
come around, they sing their goddamn songs to anyone who will
Why?
listen, and
But why?
they're like, if you don't change your ways, the world is going to fucking end, jackass! And then it does. It's awesome.
And then
Metal
there
as
was
fuck.
that one time they were like...
It's like baby metal. It's awesome.
No, I like baby metal. I don't like the fairies from Mothra.
Just-
They're not related at all!
No, just think of it that way. It's baby
Okay,
metal.
bet. Bring me the fairies, but they're dressed like they actually worship Batra and they sing metal songs.
Yeah.
I'm on board. You
Put
can't tell me I'm
Batra's
not.
not as cool.
They
though.
just need corpse paint.
That's true. The fairies need corpse paint.
I think Batra's also kind of shit too because it's
Batra's
literally just like, oh no, global warming, time to genocide.
Yeah. Oh, it's about
That's-
that time. All right.
That is almost the plot of every kaiju movie made
Honestly.
since like 1968, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's-
GMK's not.
It's not just shit's fucked rar.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all about little apocalypses anyway.
I mean, yeah.
Shelby Saffer says, Mothra is the best. The fairies are the best part.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Shelby.
I'm sorry.
You are smart. You're the smartest person here. Well, you're not here. You're the smartest person in the chat. No
I
offense,
think the best part about Mothra is that she's actually genuinely useless, but still has a cult following, which is respectable.
Not useless. She does shit.
Like what? Catches
Webs.
on fire and dies.
Webs, big wings, beauty, serenity.
The worst part about
Aesthetics.
Mothra is that the evolved form is worse than the pre-Evo for some fucking reason canonically.
I think it's because it's hard to fit the wings in the sets.
Yeah, maybe it's like people like an underdog. Because it's like, we know you're not going to do much, but you're cool to us.
But that's not, like, Mothra's not the underdog. Mothra's like another ancient fucking creature like Godzilla. It's like the power of Mothra runs so deep, it's Lovecraftian.
Right, but like a horseshoe crab is also the oldest fucking thing in the world, and you're not like, wow, fucking love horseshoe crabs.
No, but
Like,
I
horseshoe
fucking
crab-
love Kumunga.
Horseshoe crabs are directly tied to Kiryu lore, therefore I think horseshoe crabs are tight.
All right, never
Is
mind.
Kumunga
I'm sorry.
the spider or the crab?
Spider.
Who's the crab?
Ibra.
Ibra fucking rules. Come on, dude.
He's kind of shit too.
No, he's fucking
He's such
awesome.
what an uninspired kaiju.
What versus the chubby dinosaur Gorosaurus?
Yes.
Or even the chubby dinosaur Godzilla?
Yes.
Or chubby dinosaur, but this time with 3 heads and wings? Okay, actually that one fucking rules.
Okay,
We'll even
but
get to
also
this one.
Gorosaurus is fit as fuck. Have you seen Gorosaurus?
I've seen every inch of Gorosaurus.
Yeah,
Every
you
inch.
need to inspect some more inches.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
Let's see. Another comment from Shelby. She is beautiful and has wonderful wing power, and her children are dope.
Thank you!
Her children are just the direct result of incest for some reason, and nobody brings that into question, which is really concerning.
Okay, if we're gonna like moralize to Mothra about the incest,
Okay.
we gotta moralize to a lot of other kaiju about a lot of other shit right now.
Most of them don't reproduce, though.
Right.
As in, like...
But when they do,
all of
it's always
them.
through like really fucked up means.
Alright, bet. Prove it.
Godzilla?
He doesn't reproduce. There just are randomly different Godzillas that exist.
I was
Yeah, but
thinking
they'll
about
like take the
logo.
bones of Godzilla and be like, we have now put them in a giant robot and created another
That's
thing.
not
And that's
reproduction.
fucking sick. They're not... It's not reproduction, it's a reanimation. They
Right.
literally have created
That's a sin against
Godzilla
God.
against...
That's a sin against God.
Good.
I
Good.
think most kaiju are as well.
No, God created most of them.
Biolante is an affront to humanity.
Well, that is true.
And that's why she's sick as fuck.
That is true.
Biolante is the best female kaiju that exists. Mothra can get the fuck out.
What about-
Biolante's sick as fuck.
What about Godzilla?
Ooh, hold up. Two paleontologists. Ibra is just Larry the Lobster.
That's-
And Larry the
that's,
Lobster fucking rules.
That man fucks.
He's cool as shit.
He's terrible.
He's literally cool as fuck.
He's a narcissistic asshole that contributes nothing to the plot.
And he's got a
of
big
SpongeBob.
dick and the ladies love him.
Now, two paleontologists, which we really need to short this down.
No, don't you dare.
Two paleontologists.
To just a zoologist.
It's an ad at Shelby, but it's also kind of what you said about the incest. Aren't those children just clones with the previous memories inserted? So are they incest children, or are they clones?
No, they're incest children.
Okay.
How the fuck are they incest children? I genuinely don't remember this detail.
The Mothra reproductive system.
Yeah. What was this featured in that I missed?
Mothra never reproduces with another Mothra. It just lays an egg.
Yeah.
It just like basically fucks itself.
That's not
Right.
incest.
There are creatures
That's-
alive
yeah.
that do that. You know,
That's
they're
a thing.
self-fertilization.
They're not clones though.
Okay.
Well, it's not incest either.
So then it's just direct children of Mothra.
You're just describing how animals reproduce.
Yeah. You're just saying the birds and the bees, and they just happen to make kids.
You're looking at a chicken laying an egg and you're saying, no, get that out.
That is
Get that out of here.
no.
A chicken
What?
can't.
Gross.
A chicken can lay an egg alone, but it can't have an egg that hatches alone.
Right, because chickens aren't geared towards that, but there are
But some animals
there are
aren't.
creatures alive. Like there's a type of lizard that is an all-female species that
Yeah.
self-fertilizes.
So they change their gender and change their gender loosely, right? Some of them decide to grow peni and develop.
Sorry, to what
to
now?
evolve. They grow peni.
To grow peni. Okay,
Yes.
sorry, I wasn't sure I heard you.
And
right.
some, and then they like their bodies change to where they can produce sperm and stuff. They're all born.
Right. No.
They're all born female,
Okay.
and they Mothra does not.
Right, but as a wise man once said, nature finds a way.
Why does it though? That's the real question.
Pierce, can you explain to me in one sentence, at an indoor voice, what is inherently the problem with Mothra? One sentence, indoor voice, go.
Boring.
I don't accept it.
I will accept it.
Yeah.
Tell me as your explanation. That's fine, but as the
okay.
reason I don't accept it.
All right, tell me why you don't accept it.
Why is the question here? Why I think Mothra's good?
Yeah, why do you
Why do you think Mothra is not
boring?
Yes.
Because Mothra's like an ancient god with a private island and two little fairies that hang out and sing songs about it. That's fucking awesome. If that was literally any other character in this franchise, if Ghidorah had a private island and two fairies that sang its theme song, you would be like, that's the tightest shit.
No,
around.
that would
the tightest, dopest shit.
Ghidorah
around.
owns the galaxy and has a cult that sacrifices people to him.
Mothra
and,
has a cult.
And you think
Mothra's
that's
had multiple cults.
and you
Very
think
small
that that's too boring to experience it. Therefore, your argument is invalid because
Wait.
you can't apply it to one kaiju and not the other.
Wait, I didn't say anything was boring.
All right, bet watch the anime trilogy.
Wait. I'm
Wait, what now?
confused.
Sorry.
I'm genuinely.
Are we talking about their cult, or wait? What do you mean?
I've lost the plot here.
Yeah.
The Ghidorah cult is the Ghidorah cult boring or not boring? A
And
cult
what?
of people that sacrifice people to Ghidorah so that Ghidorah can claim the galaxy.
That's kind of cool. It's kind of not.
Yeah, I don't have beef with Ghidorah. Or Ghidorah having a cult.
Okay.
You're the one with a beef against Mothra and Mothra cults.
But you won't watch the anime trilogy.
Yeah,
should
well, yeah,
watch
because the first one was bad. And
It gets
kinda turned
better.
me off of the whole thing.
Yeah.
But like, how many times do you hear, oh, the first season of the show is pretty bad, but once you get to like episode 18, it really picks up.
Well,
And
no,
then does that make you want to watch it?
No,
Okay,
because there's
sure.
the 3-episode rule.
Yeah, I will say though, what they did with Mechagodzilla
Is bad.
is bad.
But they treated Ghidorah okay.
Ghidorah was the really fucking cool.
I mean, they literally are just like, hey man, your life kind of fucking sucks. Do you want to commit suicide
Yeah.
to summon a dragon to kill the rest of your species?
Eldritch entity. Fucking.
Why not?
Yes, dude.
And they're
mean
like,
like
yeah,
Mothra?
fuck it, bet.
No,
Eldritch
Bigger than
Entity,
that.
Mothra.
bigger than that.
Mothra shows up in that
Gotta
trilogy.
think bigger.
Also, like, Mothra has so many of the wonderfully iconic moments, such as the beautiful line, it may sound far-fetched, but we could ask the fairies for Mothra to help. Beautiful. And the wonderful moment at the beginning of Mothra versus Godzilla when they're inspecting the giant egg on the beach, and the reporter walks up to a scientist and says, "What is it?" And then the scientist looks like he's about to shoot the man in the head. It's beautiful. You can't get that shit anywhere else. It's only with Mothra.
You also can't get the trope of always getting lit on fire and exploding.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's
There's nothing wrong with getting lit on
that's-
fire and exploding.
It's literally Mothra's thing is that she's fucking helpless and gets lit on fire and explodes.
No, Mothra's thing is she's always there for the assist when Godzilla and Baragon need it.
Right. So she's never.
And Geras,
Like-
excuse me.
I was going to say Mothra's never helped.
She's a
Baragon.
support character.
Mothra, actually,
She's
yeah.
the squad. She's part of the squad.
Mothra kind of just let Baragon get fucking murdered in GMK and didn't intervene at all.
Well, I never said she was morally clear. I just said she's dope as fuck. If anything, that makes her cooler because now she's got like a moral complexity to her, much like King Ghidorah has. Although King Ghidorah is more straightforwardly, evil.
Mothra is interesting in the regard that it's one of the few kaiju that actually is multi-gendered depending on the franchise.
Like Godzilla.
Two paleontologists anime trilogy turned Mechagodzilla into a hotel.
I would say
You have my attention.
I would stay with the
I was
Mechagodzilla.
gonna say.
though. Bet you I fucking won't.
Um,
Sign me up.
yes.
You should have
and-
led with Mechagodzilla Hotel. I would have watched that. I would have watched that years ago.
Yep. And then Shelby Saffer also said that it's not incest; it's asexual production, specifically through parthenogenesis. So that's
Look at that. She knows big words.
put the word
Love
to
that.
the self-fertilization thing.
Listen to Shelby and her big words. Her fucking educated ass. Can't believe this shit. Smartest person in the world. Anyway, I like Mothra.
That's fine.
Mothra is okay.
I like GMK Mothra.
Listen, there's some versions of Mothra I like more. I really like GMK Mothra. I like Showa Mothra, but I don't really like Larva Mothra, which
really-
you are right, you do get that way more.
I really fucking hate Showa Mothra.
Now, would you watch, say, a Shin Mothra? Like a...
Shin Mothra would be so fucked.
Like a...
I would watch that.
Yeah.
There's no way that Anno makes Mothra boring. Like everybody else has done, basically.
Yeah.
You know, I'll grant you that. Mothra is a very easy character to do, like, wrong. You know? Like...
Well, that's because she's a support character.
yeah.
Like
Like
they
Godzilla.
have the trope of boring support moth, and they are very good at sticking to that.
Well, that makes me curious about the Mothra solo trilogy, which I have heard very good things about. Comparable to the Gamera trilogy, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, you've heard wrong. You want to go watch all three right now? Bet we won't.
You're right, we won't.
Right. Okay.
I don't have that in me tonight.
So the whole trilogy relies on one specific character that they use 3 times to carry it, because Mothra can't carry a trilogy on its own.
Like Gamera.
They use different villains in Gamera.
Yeah, but I mean they have like human characters to lead the movie. Because it's
No,
hard for the
no,
monsters to
they
lead.
rely on one specific kaiju that isn't Mothra to carry
Also,
the franchise.
But even so, that's a bunch of the Godzilla movies too. They bring in a different character or monster to take the focus off the big guy, so that way they can save up the big guy for the bigger fights in the final confrontation.
Oh.
It's just narrative.
Right.
It's like Jaws.
Name a Godzilla trilogy where they use the same villain 3 times in 3 movies, because it's the only way that they can sell the film.
Pierce, is there a Godzilla trilogy outside of the anime? Like straightforwardly a trilogy?
You could pick any of the 3 Heisei movies in a row, any of the 3 Showa movies in a row.
I haven't seen all of the Heisei movies.
Well, they don't use the same villain in any of the movies.
And Showa uses King Ghidorah as a villain like every other movie.
And they use him 3 times.
3 times. How many movies? are
No,
there?
they use him 4 times, right?
I was gonna say.
He's a side character in Gaigan. He's the main villain in Destroy All Monsters. He's the
And
main
it's
villain in
his own
his movie.
Yeah.
And they bring him back for Invasion of Astro Monster as one of the 4.
Invasion of Astro Monster, the greatest movie ever made.
Paleo. Mothra trilogy had mostly Ghidorah, but 2 had Dagra.
Wait.
Yep.
Wait. Hold the fucking
Yep.
phone. You're complaining about the Mothra movies and you're telling me King Ghidorah's a co-star? You're telling me King Ghidorah and Mothra in a
This is-
movie and you're not like, I'm there day one.
This is exactly what I've been getting to the whole time.
Unfucking believable.
The Mothra trilogy exclusively relies on Ghidorah to carry it. Nobody talks about Mothra 2, which is the only Mothra movie without King Ghidorah in it. Because nobody likes Dagara.
Second, I'm gonna... Wait, Dagara?
Dagara. You know, that classic Toho Kaiju Dagara that nobody fucking cares about?
Wait. Also...
Yeah.
Don't get after Mothra for the sins of Dagara. You can have beef with Dagara, but Mothra is not Dagara.
So,
Don't pin it on
Also
her.
from Paleo,
Yeah.
Mothra Leo is underrated.
Mothra what?
Leo?
it's male Mothra. So
They named it Leo?
So they
Leonardo.
It's like if they named Godzilla Jeff.
Leonardo DiMaggio.
So Toho got this wacky zany idea where they're like, you know how we can make Mothra stronger?
Give him a penis.
Exactly. Yes. Literally. Yes.
Well, that is
Sexist.
incredibly misguided.
Literally, yes.
Yeah.
So the Mothra trilogy is exclusively carried by King Ghidorah. There are 3 different versions of King Ghidorah in the Mothra trilogy.
To save the world, Mothra goes back in time in an attempt to defeat a younger King Ghidorah.
Yep.
That's the plot of an X-Men movie.
But it doesn't work.
So let me ask you this: Is X-Men: Days of Future Past a movie carried by the Senator that they go back in time to kill?
Trask?
Is it carried by Trask?
No, because
No.
he's not the main focus of it, but King Ghidorah is the main focus of Mothra 3.
But then why is it King Ghidorah?
So Toho ran out of ideas, and for like time travel in King Ghidorah, that worked for Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. Let's do it again for a Mothra movie. Where So Mothra goes back in time to kill Cretaceous King Ghidorah, which is King Ghidorah but a dinosaur.
Yes.
And Mothra literally can't accomplish that feat.
Well, it is.
So
it
in
is
the
a challenge.
future,
We lost the camera.
it just grows to Grand King Ghidorah and is stronger anyways, because Mothra can't kill weak King Ghidorah.
Pierce, is your objective here to make me not want to watch these movies because you're having the exact opposite effect?
No,
Everything you tell me
you
about
can
these sounds awesome.
you can watch them and enjoy them because King Ghidorah is in the movies.
I'm pretty excited to see Mothra have like her own time to shine because I'm like, if they can like have Mothra as a lead monster, that means they can put a bunch of money into the design for Mothra rather than Godzilla. So you can see like literally the Mothra, the best Mothra,
No, they
crazy psychedelic Mothra.
They don't do that. They put all their design effort into King Ghidorah because they know that he's gonna sell the movie.
Is that why they put his name in the title?
Is he on the
Is that why they made
That's
3
they
solo
put him on the
movies for
poster.
him?
That's why they put him on the poster.
I was gonna say.
Wait. Let me look at this poster.
Death King Ghidorah.
Hey, and Rebirth of Mothra, he's not on the poster.
Is it the
That
one
is a
where-
dope poster.
That is a dope poster, and you know who's on it?
is
Mothra.
It's just Mothra.
Hey, who's on Rebirth of Mothra 2, which Ghidorah's not in?
He's not fucking in.
You're right, but 2 Mothras, because it's Mothra 2. And what do we get in Mothra 2? 2 Mothras.
One Mothra.
It looks like there's 2.
There's not.
And in Rebirth of Mothra 3, we have Mothra on the cover, and
The city.
and no Ghidorah. Curious. Curious, I'm curious.
Now I will say,
That's fucking crazy.
in all of the iterations of Mothra that I've seen,
Yeah.
Rebirth of Mothra
is the
3.
cuddliest
The poster.
kaiju out there. I think.
The
I don't think that's a problem in a kaiju, though.
So the
Kaiju's
poster
pretty
for
cuddly.
Rebirth of Mothra 3 has
Yeah.
Cretaceous King Ghidorah, Rainbow Mothra, and the dinosaurs.
Not the one I'm looking at on Letterboxd, which is... And I know that's not
The
the only
generic
poster
stock
there.
photo that they use for the trilogy.
Sure.
That's what that is.
Looks...
Now, can you
That's
agree,
literally what they use for the trilogy.
can you agree
No.
that Mothra is cute and cuddly?
I wouldn't want to cuddle with a bug.
Pierce?
I wouldn't!
I don't think you like bugs.
I don't care if you wouldn't cuddle a bug. I also wouldn't cuddle a bug, but I would cuddle Mothra because Mothra is friend-shaped, too.
He's
Pierce,
friend-shaped.
You can't...
Mothra's friend-shaped! Look at Mothra and tell me that's not a
What if you
huggable monster.
wipe the dust off Mothra's wings and then Mothra
Oh.
can no longer fly and suffers a fatal fucking injury of you de-dusting Mothra?
That's why
That
I
is
asked
true.
Mothra's
What a
consent.
dumb fucking weakness.
That's why you ask consent before you hug Mothra or anyone.
What a dumb fucking weakness.
Consent is sexy, especially with giant monster moths.
What
I will. I take
dumb
back. I
fucking
don't want to cuddle with Mothra because I hate moth dust.
What a dumb fucking weakness.
Pierce,
Yeah.
what did Mothra do to you?
Literally
You were a
nothing.
child.
I just quite literally find it a boring guy.
You don't just find it boring though. You seem to find it like morally reprehensible.
I really like GMK Mothra because they take all of the things that are annoying about Mothra out.
What's annoying about Mothra though?
The dumb fucking lore.
Okay, but like set aside the lore. Let's not like
The terrible fucking design.
when you're
The
okay.
weak ability to fight.
Okay.
The fact that it's just there as a feel bad, it killed itself kaiju.
That's Rodan too. That's Rodan twice in his own movie.
Insane how Rodan survives in Godzilla King of the Monsters when Mothra doesn't.
You mean the American Godzilla movie?
Mm.
I'm not referring to that seriously as a Godzilla text at this moment.
Crazy how Rodan even survives that.
He has a point.
Wacky how Mothra's ability in that movie to
What was it? Like laser beams?
sacrifice herself to give Godzilla power up to defeat the antagonist is a Rodan reference.
I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I do not remember the plot of King of the Monsters like at all.
That's Mothra fucking dies because she can't fight Rodan. And then kills herself to give Godzilla a power up. He turns into Burning Godzilla
Wait a
because
minute. Oh, go on, sorry.
so he is stronger and can beat King Ghidorah at that point.
That's heroic self-sacrifice. That's really cool.
It's a Rodan reference.
That's even cooler. I love that movie. You're telling me they remixed one of the best scenes in the movie Rodan for Mothra? That's pretty dope.
It's not from the Rodan movie. It's from the deep Rodan lore of the Heisei series, where Rodan kills himself to reconstitute Godzilla's second brain that got blown up by a giant taser.
What movie is that in?
Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, 1993.
Oh, I haven't seen it, okay.
So is
it against Rodan?
It doesn't sound like
It's like a direct reference to the lore that kaiju can do that they established in that film.
Okay.
For some reason.
It sounded more to me like.
And then they also do that again in GMK when all the monsters can turn into pixie dust and power up Ghidorah to still get shit on for some reason. Classic.
You know what I like about Mothra?
Name one thing.
Just one.
Yeah.
She has bards that follow her everywhere.
Bards.
Yeah.
the fairies?
Yeah, they give her power-ups.
Why is there only two?
That's a
Needs
good
them.
question.
Someone
They could
needs
have a
to.
whole band.
Like, why is there only two?
They need a drummer.
How? What?
They need a.
Where did they come from?
Mothra.
Well, that's part of the. That's half the fun.
That's
There's
why
mystery.
Mothra.
That's half the fun. There's mystery. Like, we know where Godzilla came from, but Mothra's some ambiguity. Could
Do
be
we?
anything. Could. Well, I mean, it depends.
No.
Obviously on the movie.
Right, exactly.
But
Exactly. Yeah.
depending on the movie, Mothra might suck or be awesome, just as Godzilla might suck. Or be
Depending on the movie, there's
awesome.
actually
Or Ghidorah
never.
might suck or be
There's
awesome.
like never actually any like
Cameras down.
Mothra lore. God fucking damn it!
I don't care about lore. Lore is the death of entertainment in our culture.
Is
We
it?
need to stop with the lore.
That's-
We need to shut down lore until we can figure out what's going on.
Isn't that like the thing that engages the community though, and wants another subsequent film or show?
Well, sure, but
keeps
like
them
if you're
interested?
engaging the community, you're only engaged...
Imagine Evangelion with no lore.
Okay, so there's lore to Evangelion, but it comes out of the narrative. The people are coming for the narrative. If you're only coming after the lore, you're only appealing to the people who are already sold on
The
the
lore is what keeps you engaged, though.
No, the narrative is what keeps you engaged. The fact that you like the character, the fact that you like Shinji is what keeps you coming back.
Once the story is over, it's the lore that keeps you interested.
It's not the lore that kept me
That's
interested.
that's
In
what
my
sparks discussion.
genuinely anecdotal, I know, but in my experience, Evangelion lore is not what kept me in Evangelion. What kept me in Evangelion is I was also a depressed teenager, and I found a lot of resonance between those depressed teenagers and this depressed
The
teenager.
fact that... So you're telling me that you don't want to know how you can use science to kill God is not what kept you engaged.
That's
not-
dope as fuck, and
It's
I want to learn more about
insane!
that.
It is cool, but I'm saying it's not the central appeal. The central appeal is, yes, people and robots fighting monsters,
Right.
and then the emotional resonance of everything else. If you go to the lore, and the lore is cool, trust me, I love good lore. I spent like the last 10 years of my life fucking obsessed with Doctor Who lore, and not for no good reason.
That's pretty weird.
Well, Bud, you have no room
Honestly,
to talk.
like
You
have
have
no legs to stand on
absolutely
there.
no room to talk here. There is anime shit over here. I stole that Star Wars thing for you out of a dumpster.
Why didn't Anita
Get
let
out
me take it, though, is the real question.
Anyway, if
Fuck that bitch.
lore is cool. I'm not anti-lore. I just think it can't be the only focus because you start cannibalizing yourself, and you're only appealing to the audience that's already there for it. I read comic books, right? So comic book creators pretty much only try to appeal to the readers they already have, and what happens as a result of that? The readership dies out, and there's no new people to come in because they're not focusing on things like, hey, do we have a decent story here, characters people care about? And they don't. They have deep cut references to comics from the 70s.
That's such a fine line to walk, though, because usually when you change the things that you know the hardcore audience will engage with, you kill the franchise you're working on, because it
gotta find
most of the
balance.
time the thing that you've minutes and then they don't care, and now you've alienated the returning audience that actually gives you your funds to maintain the franchise, and now congratulations, you've killed the whole thing.
Give me an example of that happening. That scenario.
Star Wars.
They had a show that they had an episode yesterday. That series is fine.
It's not marketed at all, though. Because they don't want to market it.
It is marketed. I saw an ad for it today on Facebook.
I
They
haven't.
do
I
ads
love
out there.
Star Wars. I haven't seen a single
I
advertisement.
had people come up to me at work today asking me if I've watched Andor yet. I watched Obi-Wan and I didn't even want to when I watched it.
It's crazy because I got asked literally every other day if I had watched the newest Obi-Wan episode. How many people care about Andor? Nobody's talking
Apparently
about
a lot. No, a lot of people are talking about it.
Nobody's talking about it.
Apparently, a lot of people do.
I was going to
I'll
say...
watch it.
I've
Also, the
heard...
camera's out.
I've genuinely heard...
Fuck!
Wait, Travis, so you've heard this too, that Andor's supposed to be really, really good? right?
I've heard good things.
I've heard very good things about it. This is the first Star Wars show since Obi-Wan. Well, I guess that's only a few months.
Obi-Wan was it was okay.
I did not like Obi-Wan.
It was alright.
I was extremely disappointed. I have high expectations.
But he does make a point where it's like you need to straddle that line where it's like you are interacting with the bread and butter, like you're getting that lore in there, you're calling back to it, and you're slowly adding more and more stuff.
Yeah, you
bringing
need to
in
be
the people.
additive. That's
Right,
like
you can't be totally focused on the past, but you also can't just constantly be adding new shit
No,
in, you know?
but I guess my point is you can't be... Lore can't be your first foot forward. Your first foot forward has to be like, do we actually have like a narrative and like characters we give a shit about, and then everything else builds around that, builds support for that.
Naruto.
You are creating a story, you're not like creating world building for the franchise. That's the thing.
They threw out all of that away in Naruto.
Yeah. I feel like you go almost 1,000 episodes.
They tried to they tried to bring in a new audience by changing a bunch of the ideology and like the entire like presence of the franchise, and now everybody hates it.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure
Boruto
everybody
sucks.
hates it? Or is it just the people who already grew up with it and are pretty heavily biased towards their initial incarnation?
Boruto is kind of like one of the most underperforming mediums in that space currently, because it's actually fucking terrible.
Wait a minute. So tell me this. Boruto, sequel to Naruto. As I understand it, the premise is it's about his child. Boruto. Sounds pretty lore heavy to me.
It
sounds like you need to have some previous context to understand what's happening in this.
No, because
might be kneecapping itself right there, because you already have to have the initial investment.
No,
honestly,
no, because they changed the environment, they changed the characters, they changed the power system. You don't need any external lore whatsoever.
Right. If you watch the show, it's like, oh yeah, I know that guy, I know that person. But it's not like you need it.
You'll understand this vague reference. You know that chakra exists.
Yep.
Right? It's the source of the power of characters in Naruto.
Yeah.
One of the main characters who becomes the main villain of the show, he doesn't even have that.
Doesn't
Because
have chakra?
No.
Doesn't have chakra.
He doesn't have chakra?
Because it's irrelevant to the franchise at this point.
Right.
They've changed everything.
It's a different thing. That's fine. It should be different. If it was just Naruto again, that would also suck, because it'd just be Naruto.
No,
again.
because it would be great, and it would be fine, and the fan base wouldn't have died.
But that you just want to watch Naruto again. You can do that.
Right.
It's there. It sounds to me like the issue here isn't that Boruto is bad. It's just that it's not Naruto, so you don't like it that much anymore.
No,
Sort of.
Maybe you've outgrown it. That's the thing.
That's
because actually it's a situation where the writer they assigned to it is really fucking bad and doesn't know what they're doing.
That's
and
possible.
The few small arcs where they brought back the original original author Kishimoto to facilitate the small arcs of the show that he did, they're great. And those are the only good parts of the show.
Are they the only good parts, or are they the parts that you liked?
They are...
Like, try to extract your
As-
fan brain from it
okay, all right.
as an outsider.
As,
think about
as
it.
a person that is viewing the show cumulatively as the online review and interpretation of the show, those are the only good parts, and everything else is still really bad and insufferable.
Damn, they did the math on it.
Now, I will say, like, with JoJo, they completely shifted everything, you know, from Hamon to the stands.
Yes. And they wrote it into the lore, and it was okay because they had a natural progression through it.
Right.
Hamon wasn't just phased out immediately and was dropped from the show.
I think it was.
No, Joseph had Hamon the
He
entire
used
time
it.
of part 3.
He used it once though, and then that's it.
The problem is you can't fight other stands with Hamon. Because only stands can fight stands until you get to like later parts where it doesn't
I tuned out when you started talking about JoJo. But were you saying homo?
Yeah.
They have.
Hamon.
Yes.
Okay, that's basically the same thing.
Hamon.
Yes.
That's almost a homophone, no pun intended.
It's this thing where they stand up against fences and suck each other off.
It's okay.
Is it really? Pierce, is that it?
It's based on breathing.
Yes.
Oh, well, breathing is important if you're trying to suck someone off against a fence.
Really?
You gotta cycle it.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful too, because if you breathe into a penis hole, you might kill him.
Is that how that works?
It's true.
That's crazy.
It's true. It's like if you when you're pussy, you're not supposed to breathe into it because it could cause a bubble and you could kill someone. It's true. Same thing with penis.
You're telling me that you can't blow people up like balloons?
You can't do it because they will pop.
Fuck.
It's
Wow.
true. Didn't you guys go to sex ed? Come on,
No.
Travis. We went to sex ed the same class together. Come on.
Well, please
You
tell
you don't remember Robinson talking about this?
inflating inflation.
You don't
I
remember talking about inflation?
No, I don't, and I don't ever want to think of that man
Stonks.
describing inflation.
Stonks.
Stonks.
Damn, that's crazy.
It is 9:51, guys.
So?
How we feeling?
This is a show.
Yeah, tummy ache, to be honest.
Paleo says filler episodes are terrible.
I mean,
Well, that's true.
That's true.
You know, that's quite
No arguments here.
Yeah.
That's something we can all agree
That's
on.
something we can brings us all together. Like
Although-
fuck filler.
Actually, filler episode.
Filler comic books.
Okay, so the schedule's really tight, right?
Right.
So if you have a writer and an artist working in collaboration on a book, the artist is going to take longer than the writer. So sometimes you're going to need someone else to step in to put a book out because the writer or the artist is working on the following issues.
Okay.
So the writer churns out a script real fast, sends it to someone else, they get that book out in between, and then the cycle continues unabated. That's how you get issues of the X-Men playing baseball together and just hanging out.
Are you telling me that comic book artists can't just produce the same consistency of content for 20 years in a row weekly? Wow.
I'm saying
Wow.
I'm saying
Weak.
The manga and American comic book
Weakness.
industries are in fact significantly different from one another.
Weakness.
In the UK, they do it weekly, but the format's incredibly different. They are magazines, usually about that thick,
Okay.
and you would get a Judge Dredd story, Dread Death. I can't think of that guy's name. You get a bunch of comics in one, and they can do that because it's a magazine, so they can put whatever content they want in it. American comic books, famously shitty system.
Makes
I got
sense.
nothing for
Well, they should just fix it.
Oh,
it. But I would love to.
It's that easy. Just
Just fix
it.
it.
have you tried not?
Yeah.
Have you tried doing it differently?
Do better.
Figure it out. What are you, dumb?
Yeah.
You see what happens though when you stick with old ways of doing things and get so wrapped up in the lore over the actual production.
People still
Where
buy
would
it
look-
continuously, and you get good products. Even
with comic books.
with the
I have such terrible news for you about comic books, Pierce.
good thing that it's a dying medium.
No, that's not good. That makes me sad, Pierce.
Bad thing
Sad.
that they're irrelevant, but irrelevant is still irrelevant.
I don't think they're relevant considering they're the movies that make a
The mo-
bajillion dollars every year.
Right, but it's like
The movies.
those are coming from the lore. Like the stories are already there, and they're just pulling nuts.
No,
So
because
you're telling me that it's the lore that's engaging?
no, because
Oh
Listen.
man!
they're pulling from the overworked, underpaid creators, pulling from their work. For example, in the upcoming Black Panther movie, Riri Williams, Ironheart is going to be in it. She is a character that came out 5 years ago in the books. They immediately pulled her for a movie because they needed someone for Iron Man. That was 5 years ago. Miles Morales came out a little under a decade ago. They already have a movie with him. Like, these are it's not good.
Yeah, the film and moving picture industry kind of just takes over everything, huh?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I could sit here all night talking about the problems with the American comic book industry, but no one wants to hear that, so we should probably end this fucker right now.
Is it because they're irrelevant?
I don't want to say they're irrelevant. I don't think they're totally irrelevant. I think they're heading that way. Listen, man, if Miles Morales can have his own movie and have it be huge, that's not irrelevant. That's not nothing. That's big.
That's fair.
All right, the end. Go home.
Nobody's watching anymore, anyways.
There's
One concurrent viewer. It's probably either me or you. It's
Yeah.
you because I have the stream open.
It could be me.
All
I have
right.
it open.
Well,
Well,
No, I don't.
that's all right.
that's crazy, man.
Go to sleep
That you
and think
fucking
of
know.
mantises.
Yep.
Fuckers.
Yep.
Watch Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack. And go see Godzilla against Mechagodzilla in a theater near you. What day?
November 3rd.
November 3rd.
Yep. And be kind to people.
Yeah, treat people with kindness just like Harry Styles would want.
Thanks, Shelby.
See ya.
I have to take a shit. Can I take a shit?
You are still on the air.
I don't care. They
It'll
can know.
cut that.
What?
It'll cut that.